G'day parceros. The last time that I updated you guys, I was in Medellin, Colombia. Well, things have taken quite a big turn since then. I've actually been living out here right on Miami Beach for the past 5 or 6 weeks now with my girlfriend, having an amazing time here. But there's a lot of things that have happened, so in this video I'm gonna update you on what those things are. The world is different. The world is changing very, very quickly, and so it's time to catch up. Let's go somewhere more quiet.
Woo! Bang, bang.
Hello. Salud. This is a maracuja soda, one of my favorite drinks right now. Thanks for tuning in. I've enjoyed bumping into many of you in some of the most random places and sharing your stories of what impact our connection has had. And it's those connections that have been, I think, most rewarding to me in this online virtual experience that we're collectively sharing here. The last time that I went on YouTube was when I was in Medellin. I just went for 10 days to the Ukraine to get to know some of the HEX community. HEX is a cryptocurrency. It's a blockchain certificate of deposit. It allows us to do that cash term deposit on the blockchain. It's a finished product. Really interesting, really useful. It's definitely in line with where I've been focusing my attention, and that is on where can we build financial freedom in all of this that's going on, all of these emerging markets. Where's the passive income? You may know me from the days creating turnkey passive income in real estate in Colombia and Puerto Rico. Now I'm doing a similar thing in the digital, looking for these digital assets that are producing cash flow and financial freedom. Something I've learned in years of travel is that pure freedom is chaotic a little bit. There is no direction or purpose or meaning to just pure freedom. I think when we start having the freedom to define what our responsibility is, what our duty is, that we have more meaningful experiences. I know that's always been at my mind when I'm looking for, okay, I am seeking financial freedom, but also to do that with purpose. And that purpose limits that freedom sometimes, but that's a good thing in a lot of ways. So the very early investors in HEX are known as whales because they have very large bags of these cryptocurrencies. They invested very early on in this network, and so they have tremendous amounts of wealth and freedom in their lives, and they're dedicating their time to educate people about the product, and expand their network. So for me, that was a really interesting experience because there's a product which is now monetizing delayed gratification, and it's growing a very strong and very long-term committed community, which I think is one of the most important things in this digital environment. But I'll get back to the digital stuff later on in this video. So when I returned from the Ukraine, I was informed that I was not allowed to enter Colombia. When I left my company last year, I didn't have the business to get the same visa that I had been getting. I was just shy of getting the permanent residency there, so I was not allowed entry to the country. And despite making a couple phone calls to try to negotiate the situation, they were really firm on that, and it began a adventure of 5 days attempting to enter back into Colombia, but also at the same time not being allowed out of the Panamanian airport. One of my least favorite airports. And so I even had to fly to Miami overnight and come back to attempt to get back into Colombia, but didn't work. So I hung out for a week in Panama, and I began a Discord community there with a friend with a similar vision to create freedom in our lives. And from there, I ended up in Miami. That's where the intro to this video was. I was there for about a month and a half, and I got to connect and plug in to the Miami scene. And something very interesting is going on there. They have a freedom-orientated government there. They are receiving a mass exodus of people fleeing California and New York, essentially for more freedom. And also the emerging tech and crypto and NFT scene that's happening in Miami. But something is happening with all of this increased demand in Miami, in Florida in general. Rents are going up, the cost of living is going up. I notice a big difference in how much bang you get for your US buck. I visited the US various times as a kid, and I know how much food and drink you can usually get for your US dollars, and I was blown away by how much the purchasing power of the dollar has reduced, seeing the effects of inflation firsthand. Which brings me to my new area of focus and the new area of adventures that I'm going to be sharing on this channel. The world of cryptocurrency is a ecosystem, a universe of ecosystems that are emerging, that are unfolding. We now have new systems, and I'm not talking just about currency, I'm talking about the way we do business, the way we store information in databases and connect those databases to other databases is now changing. Our global financial system is moving onto new databases, new systems that are built on blockchain technology. And through cryptocurrencies and crypto tokens and NFTs, we're able to own that new system. This isn't speculation anymore. The news the last couple of weeks has been insane. This is getting very, very real. Institutions and governments are starting to, what I believe is feel fear of missing out. At that level, things are getting very, very interesting. There's more and more money flowing into these networks, and there's more and more users flowing into these networks. In this world, these networks can be copy and pasted. So the real value isn't in the structure or the code itself. It's in the user base that assigns value and utility to that system, to that network. I haven't had a paycheck for the past 2 years. I've been living off a crypto portfolio that I was dollar cost averaging into, which was pretty humble. It was about $5,000 at the time. But because of the growth, because I picked the right tokens and the right coins very early on, I've been able to ride a lot of that growth. So since then, I've been diving into these adventures. I've been getting lost in order to find what I'm looking for, and that is that passive income and that peace of mind portfolio. I may swing back around to real estate in the future, but I see that industry with a lot of friction, a lot of slow-moving pieces. And in the digital, there are an amazing amount of opportunities that are frictionless. And so right now, as I'm building from scratch in many ways, this is where I'm focusing my time. Right now, I'm making as many plays as possible to generate a portfolio that gives peace of mind and passive income. And I'm going to be sharing those adventures here on the channel. For me, what I like to do with my freedom is to create and build with people that I enjoy creating and building with. And I have a way to do that. So in order to do that, I've created a Discord called Freedom Stackers. If you're on a similar path, if you have a similar vision of this freedom to choose how you spend your time on this planet, then jump on in, introduce yourself. Now more than ever, as we transition into Web3, the internet that we will sign into with our digital wallets, right? And when we give likes and get likes, and we get views, that attention, that energy is going to be tokenized in the form of whatever token those social networks use. So what does that mean? It means that our personal networks are more important than ever. It means that the networks that you and I spend our time on are truly investing in the future, truly creating the future. The people that we pay attention to and connect to are going to determine where the investment of our energies, of our lives goes. What are the consequences of that? Well, it's up to each one of us to imagine and create this future together. And I'm really excited to be doing that already. So jump on into the Discord, introduce yourself there. There's an infinite number of opportunities going on there. You can do anything you want in this stage using the power of this technology by starting with your intention. What is your intention here? What are you doing here? Before you put on the metaverse goggles, ask yourself, what is your intention? Connect with that. Make sure that that is aligned with a life of meaning, a life that you choose, and that we're not just being intended upon.
Bang, bang.
Jump in the Discord. As you can see, I've added the Freedom Stackers Discord to my map. Now, my map of the digital is a documentation of what's happening. It is basically my user interface, my internet browser, my home screen of the metaverse. This time around, the terms and conditions that I accept, instead of the terms and conditions of Facebook that we accepted 15 years ago to give 100% of the value of our content, of our presence, of our energy, of our attention to, will now be changing. We'll be moving into networks that we have a different set of terms and conditions. We need to get ready for that now. The more aware we are of that, the closer, the realer this future gets. So this map will eventually be the home screen of my metaverse. To understand what I mean and how important our intention is, I invite you to open your phone and go to the digital well-being in your settings and take a look at how much time you've spent on each of the applications. That is essentially an investment into these applications. In the world of the blockchain and the Web3 internet that is very rapidly arriving, these applications will be applications that we can own in a far easier way. By owning cryptocurrencies, we're going to be owning these applications. So Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, Gmail, Discord, all of these applications, we now have the opportunity to own them and invest in them at a really, really fundamental level. So it's coming. This is the world that I'm getting ready for right now, and this is where I'll be taking you guys on adventures with me on this channel. I hope you are open-minded to see what's coming and what's happening. The place where I'm starting from is not the place I will end up, but I promise you it will be a wild ride. There is a very large project that I have in the works that will be that will emerge from the Discord community. So if you're on a similar adventure, jump in the Discord. That's the best place to hang out right now. As you probably know, Web3, NFTs, video games, DeFi, decentralized finance, all of these projects and DAOs, they're all being built inside Discord. Originally for teams to play video games together. Now it's where programmers are building the future of our internet. So Discord is a super important place to be aware and also seek out projects that are bringing more freedom into our lives. Cheers. I'm going to wrap up this video here. There's a lot going on. I'm going to have to crank up the production of these videos. I'm seeing something really important, and I want you guys to see this new world emerge, and to be ready, be prepared, and to act appropriately. So lots of things coming, lots of good things coming. I know there's a lot of opportunities out there, but remember, the more choices there are, the less decisions we make. So make a decision that will decide 1,000 other decisions. And for me at this time, it's deciding on an intention. When you decide your intention, all of the other decisions take care of themselves. I'll leave it at that. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I invite you to embrace your fears, because they're going to determine what kind of dreams you are seeing. And I invite you to create the future now.